Hola mi gente, ¿cómo están? Mi nombre es Alba Mar, me pueden decir Alba. El canal se llama Serial, estamos aquí para hablar de libros, algunos de ellos en español. Desde Puerto Rico, hello, my name is Alba Mar. You may call me Alba. Channel name is Serial. We're here to talk about books and some of them in Spanish from Puerto Rico, but not today because I'm going to do the coronavirus quarantine and coping tag, which was originated over by David at ThePoptimist. I first saw it on Shay's channel and then saw it again on a few other channels, ending up with Ros at Scallydandling about the books. I will link all those channels down below. So let's get started because I don't want my phone to give out. Number one, where are you and what do your immediate surroundings look like? I will insert a couple of short clips here of where I am in Juana Díaz, Puerto Rico, which is located in the southern part of the island of Puerto Rico. So I'm going to show you my immediate surroundings. This is going onto my balcony. I hope you can see it. It's very bright out today. I live on the 3rd floor of a condo in Juana Díaz, Puerto Rico. There's a mango tree, and over there is a street. And now I'm going to show you the other side of the apartment. I live close to a very busy intersection in Juana Díaz, and I took the screen off of the window so you can see. When I first moved here about a dozen years ago, there were many, many more trees, and they were cut down to make this garage. Yeah, so that's where I am in Juana Díaz, Puerto Rico. Number two, what's the most unusual thing you've done because of this coronavirus? As other people have said, I've used a mask outside. What I like about my mask is that it doesn't require sewing, and I learned it through a YouTube tutorial, which is where I learned a lot of things lately. It was fun to make, and I made it out of an African print cloth, and if I find the picture of it, I will insert it here. Another thing that I am not used to doing, which is unusual for me, is a lot of cooking, and especially celery root that my daughter brought, which I had never cooked before. Also found the recipe on YouTube. And another recipe that I found on YouTube was a spicy fried eggplant recipe, which was phenomenal. It was really good. Number three, what's your coping mechanism? My coping mechanism right now is K-drama. Besides reading, K-drama, and also comedy. I watch a lot of comedy, especially the late talk show hosts, and music. Love music. I was going to mention that Roz had recommended theatrical work, and I will link that down below, in which James Corden appears. He is one of my favorite comedians, and that gave me a lot of pleasure. Number four, can you name something that has given you pleasure? Again, pleasure during this time. Well, back to K-drama. One is a Voxer K-drama appreciation group that Mel started. Mel from Mel's Bookland Adventure started a group chat on Voxer, and that's given me a lot of pleasure. And just yesterday, my daughter surprised me with a recording of her and my grandsons singing in 3 voices. It was a song that we used to sing in our car every morning on the way to school, and she and I would sing it in harmony. And yesterday she sent it to me in a 3-part harmony with my two grandsons and her. It was very, very moving, and I loved it. Yeah. And then another thing that has given me a lot of pleasure, again, is my music. Rediscovering my musical playlists on YouTube, from black gospel music to world music to salsa to classical music, all sorts of music. And as a matter of fact, this morning I did my walking with some of those musical pieces, especially the more peppy kind of walking type music. Yeah, and I did 2 miles this morning, walking around the apartment listening to music. Yeah. What is something, number 5, what is something that you feel will never be the same after this? Well, I've lived long enough to know, and especially these past couple of years in Puerto Rico, after Hurricane Maria, and then the earthquakes at the beginning of this year, and now the pandemic, I don't foresee anything that I would look positively on, especially as a teacher. I remember what happened to, for example, the New Orleans public school system after Katrina, which is something that was on its way to happening here in Puerto Rico after the hurricanes and after the earthquakes. Privatization of schools using public funds. Yeah. But instead of, thinking about more inequality than usual as a result of this pandemic, let me focus more on what I wish would happen. Yeah, because I'm always hopeful that things could look better. I'm hopeful that we can finally realize that we need to rehaul our health system. Yeah. And I'm hoping that there will be single payer universal health coverage for everybody. Also, universal basic income for people, especially those people who are deemed essential services but don't have the benefits that go along with those essential services. And we can see that right now. And another thing that I hope that we'll see after this is more shelter for the people who lack homes. Yeah. So, yeah, this is a very good tag. I hope that everybody who feels inclined to do so will do so and share what their coping mechanisms have been during this pandemic. I'm going to go back to reading now. I found the book on the influenza, the 1918 influenza. Yeah. If I get time, I'm going to start reading that one. There are a lot of good things to read, people. So keep on reading. Take care of yourselves. Don't lose faith and hope. No pierdan la fe y la esperanza, mi gente. Sigan leyendo. Adiós.